Don't. No. No, 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 no. I can't. Yo, yo. Is it mic check, mic check. One, two. Oh shit, lights. Yeah, I might need this. I forgot I gotta turn the lights on. My bad, y'all. What's going on, beautiful people? Don't start with me. The Bluetooth. There it is. What's going on, beautiful people? How you? I'm well. Thank you for asking me. I appreciate it. It's another beautiful day here in Las Vegas. Couple of things to get to, couple of things to not get to, and things of that nature. Thank you for being here. Welcome back. If this is your first time here, like so other people can come back and see it, and then subscribe so that you remember and you can see it all the time. See, it's a give. I give, you give. There's no taking. We're just giving everything. See, Thanksgiving this whole week, giving. That's what we're doing. I don't know how my mic sounds. Mic check 1 2. What is this? Mic. All right, we good. So let's get into today's show. If this is your first time watching, you can't hear the music because YouTube doesn't let us play music like that. So if you want to listen to the intro music, you gotta head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify. That way you can hear the music. But I will be recording for the podcast, so you guys are part of the live studio audience, and your participation is greatly appreciated because it makes this funner. And that is a word. And yeah, I'm wearing a tropical shirt in the middle of the winter. I don't care. You don't know what the weather is. You don't know where I don't know where you at. I might be in the Bahamas right now filming this. We don't know. It is Thanksgiving week. And 2 years ago, Thanksgiving week, they took all my money. So now I want 15 million by the next Thanksgiving. That's just my goal. It's what I want to do. And if you don't put it out into existence, never happened. Remember, if you can't hear the music, it's because you're watching and not listening. So head over to Apple Podcasts. That way you can listen to the music and see what we pumping out. This ain't good. Turn up. No. Nah. This is still the best water out. Don't drink this shit at night, though. Do you want me to talk like this? Can they hear me if I do this? It's Kasabian. Kasabian Lavoe wine. What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you. What's going on, beautiful people? My name is Kasabian Lavoe, and welcome back to the Kasabian Lavoe Show. I believe this is episode 260 or 259, 260. We did an improv show on Saturday because we didn't get on Fridays. I wanted to make sure I had what I wanted to say right. I took the video down, but the audio is available on the podcast. Welcome back. I'll be your host, Kasabian, with talent on loan from God. If you haven't seen the ads, head over to hemper.co, use Kasabian Lavoe at checkout and get you some savings. Also, head over to popple.co and use Kasabian Lavoe at checkout for 20% off. And I believe we got a special going for the holidays. And make sure you head over, obviously, to klavoe.com and check out the new merch. No crazy sweaters this year for the holidays, and I apologize. But once we get things moving a little bit better, the lineup will be way more creative for the merch, because I don't like it. I'm not okay with it. But welcome back. Happy holidays, everybody. Excuse me. I don't know what you celebrate, but on Wednesday we'll definitely be talking about the pilgrims and everything that happened, and we'll chit chat and have like a Friendsgiving. But till then, let's get to the news. And first, let's get into this whole Kyle Rittenhouse bullshit, right? Because damn, I cussed. So first off, just to get it out there, like, if y'all don't understand that in America, it is harder for people of color, it is harder for minorities, then you obviously haven't been looking around. It is harder for us because we don't have the same bases, and we can't compare ourselves to those that have been here hundreds of years before us and have like a stable foundation. You know, they have these like generational fucking businesses and just things that we didn't get. My family got here in the 50s. Like, This is the most stability we've seen yet, and it starts, here, and we build and get bigger and bigger. And I cannot compare myself to, a friend of mine who has a family with a business for X amount. Yo, I got a friend that has his grandfather's an insurance broker, and bro, that motherfucker got bread. He don't do shit. Like, I hope the goal is that my kids can be that way. So when y'all hear me say 15 million by Thanksgiving, it's not necessarily Thanksgiving. I had a situation that happened on Thanksgiving where I lost all my money, and now I am speaking it into existence. I want 15 million. I'm gonna work towards it. You're gonna see me. We're gonna document it. And if I don't hit the mark, that's on me. But that's the goal. And I didn't mean to switch off into that. I just wanted to get that out there because somebody asked me, "What the fuck? Why do I keep saying that?" That's why. That's why. Now, in America, if we lose our rights, we don't get them back. For example, masks, mandates, can't do this, can't do that. Things are closing, right? It doesn't go away. It stays. That's just how things happen. If that little boy would have lost his trial, if you don't understand how law works, that is self-defense. We use self-defense often because if we're in a violent situation, self-defense is the best way that we can get off. If that little white boy would have lost self-defense, that would have fucked up every trial from here out. They would have went back to this trial. It would have been Kyle Rittenhouse versus blah, 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 and they would have held that shit against you, and you would have lost your right. We would have lost the right to stand our ground. There would have been issues with guns. Listen, I'm not saying what he did was right. He shouldn't have been there. They shouldn't have been there. He didn't kill any black people. He didn't kill any Puerto Rican people. Sorry. Can't really bitch, y'all. It's a white-on-white thing, and the dude that he killed was apparently touching kids, so well-deserved. Okay? Sometimes being mad just to be mad isn't a good thing. And I know that I sound like the contrarian, and I don't want to. And I want to have a big, broad audience. And I'm going to sell the fuck out. I'm going to tell y'all right now, if this don't work out, I'm going to sell out. I'm going to be just as fake as Charlemagne. If anything, I'm going to be like Trevor Noah and just completely shit on America all the time, because that's the way to do it. Like, we cannot sit here and argue over stupid shit. If y'all don't see that losing our right to fucking self-defense was a bad thing, then fucking I'm riding with y'all. Fuck Kyle Rittenhouse. He deserves whatever the fuck is coming to him, or the just America. Oh my God, America. Tupac apparently on the dying bed was asked by the police who shot him. He took a deep breath and said, "Fuck you." Apple's now allowing you to fix your own phones. That's pretty cool. I mean, how generous of Apple to let us fix our own broken iPhones. I know that's just random facts. I swear I'm selling out. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna come in here and I'm just gonna start shitting on everything and be like everybody else. So for today's show, we're gonna be talking about fucking Ahmad, man. The case is done, and we'll see what happens, and hopefully justice will be served. This is a real case that we should pay attention to, and there's a lot of details that aren't really being spoken about that I hope I can shed some light on. We'll also be talking about the Waukesha parade. I know I'm saying that wrong. No, it's Waukesha. Yeah, Waukesha parade. I saw that. That shit was crazy as shit, man. So we'll be talking about that. We'll also be talking about, what happened in Carlsbad? Listen, does the government not understand finders keepers? Like, you can't take me to jail for finders keepers. Like, the second part of that is losers, weepers. If your door blew open and the money just went all over the freeway, tough fucking noogies, you better jump out and start scooping this shit up. I didn't see none of those dudes on the freeway trying to clean up their mess. The fuck? If I pick it up, thank me, and then I'm going to go spend it. There's a recession right now, or it's coming up, so thanks for the free money. Why the fuck did the door blow open? How does that even happen? That was crazy. And why does everybody keep breaking into these stores? Like, what is happening? Don't come around me with designer no more. That shit's stolen. I don't believe none of you. I'm over it. They did it. It's in New York, Georgia. I done seen it in Cali, Florida. What are they doing? What is there like a thing? Is this a thing? Like, is it like a group of kids or some shit? Like, y'all hashtag steal some shit and y'all go crazy? Like, what's happening? Why are y'all doing that? What else are we going to talk about? Yo, I don't know if anybody watched the Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter fight. What a fucking great fight. From start to finish, it was interesting because I didn't expect it to be so good, and I was completely captivated by the whole fight, and it was good to watch. They said that Terrence Crawford retired immediately afterwards. I mean, hey, look, older dudes, he's moved on to other things. He's charismatic. He has a podcast, I heard. And he looked good. They both looked good. At the end of the fight, it just seemed like he just got caught. His coach jumped up. They called it. They were like, yo, just stop. he wasn't necessarily getting beat up, but they were exchanging some crazy blows. But boy, when that motherfucker turned it on, let me tell you something. Sean Porter is something special. Something special, boy. Go watch that fight. The motherfucker like lightning. Looked like lightning. It was beautiful. What else we gonna talk about? And Justin Bieber. We'll talk about Justin Bieber and what he's got going on. Something he got going on. Justin's always doing some wild shit. Let's talk about. Let me turn that on. Let's talk about Ahmad Arbery. So, if you don't know the story, Ahmad is a young man that has a background apparently in architecture, and he was looking at a house that was being built out of curiosity because that's what his major was, and he's going to get into the field. No malice, wasn't doing anything wrong, but nonetheless was inside of somebody else's private property, which is illegal, and a couple of the neighbors were worried. Why? Because he's black, and they're hillbilly white people, and they're afraid of anything different. So, although he didn't steal anything, he didn't hurt anybody, and he really didn't break any laws. Besides, I mean, look, nobody lived in there. It's a vacant fucking home that's being worked on. He just wanted to see what was going on inside. It wasn't anything. It wasn't like he was casing the joint to rob them or nothing like that. Now, this is very similar to the George Zimmerman case in just you have these people that are like just overzealous neighbors. Like, you have nothing to, you shouldn't do that. When you call the police, you're supposed to just wait for the police. That's how that works. You shut the hell up. You don't go chasing people. You're not the police. You're not Dwight. Sit down, Dwight. You're not a sheriff for the day. Not nothing. Okay? They said he was jogging. He wasn't jogging. Let's just keep that shit out there. He wasn't jogging. They said these guys are racist. As you'll see in the story, they actually want to hide that there's a racist connotation between these hillbillies and Ahmad. And I don't give a fuck. They're hillbillies. One of the guys, attorney, there's a father and son and like a neighbor. The attorney for the neighbor was like, yeah, my client's damn near retarded. And excuse my language, that's what he said, not me. He said he suffers from brain retardation. He said he had the mentality of like a 5-year-old child. What the fuck is a man that has a mentality of a 5-year-old child doing around a gun or chasing anybody for that matter? He should sit his child ass the fuck down. That's first and foremost. And these two fucking other hillbillies that thought they could play fucking deputy decided to go chasing him. And when they pointed their gun at him, he grabbed it and moved it because he's like, yo, what the fuck? You pointing a shot? Because he ran off like, yo, I'm not going to sit here and talk to y'all. Like, I ain't going to sit here and wait for y'all. Who the fuck are y'all? He broke running. They're chasing him in the back of the truck. Dude had a shotgun. He grabbed it. They fussed, and he shot off on him. It's unfortunate. This case sucks. I don't give a fuck if he was 86. He didn't steal nothing. He didn't rob nobody. He shouldn't have been there. Now, I'm a firm believer in don't be places you shouldn't be. Just and don't give people a reason. We'll get to the story. So Travis McMichael, 35, and his father, Greg McMichael, 65, and their neighbor, William Roddy, that's the one I told you got the brain problem, Brian, 52, are charged with murder, aggravated assault, and false imprisonment for the February 23, 2020 fatal shooting of Arbery outside of Brunswick, Georgia. People haven't been really talking about this case, but these guys are getting tried, and they got charges on them that are going to stick. This isn't going to be one of those cases where they'll slide. This is actually justice. And because this is somebody that we should be paying attention to because this was a racially inflammatory seeming situation, we should definitely watch and see how the justice system is working in this instance. Yes, I understand he lost his life. That wasn't the justice system. That wasn't the police. That wasn't the government. That was just some fucking crazy ass crackers that went out there and did this crazy cracker thug shit. Judge Timothy Walmsley? What a horrible name. So Judge Timothy barred damaging information about the defendants and the victim, calling some of the material too inflammatory and prejudicial. Why does it look like that? After Travis McMichael shot Arbery, who was black, in the torso twice, he allegedly blurted out effing N-word as the 25-year-old took his final breath, according to Brian's statement to the investigator. That's fucking wow. And they can just leave that out. Prosecutor Linda Dunskokie, pushed that last week for Glenn County Superior Court judge to let her cross-examine Travis McMichael on the alleged racial slur, but he ruled against it. Obviously, they were racist. Do we need to get it on paper? As long as they go to jail, justice is served. Can't take back what happened, but We gotta avoid these situations. Defense lawyer Jason Sheffield has denied that Travis McMichael used the slur. Walmsley also shot down the prosecution's bid to introduce alleged racial comments the men made on social media and in text messages, including the use of the N-word by Brian. Court paperwork shows Dunskoki, I know that name is all wrong, has argued that the racial animus was behind the killing. The defense has countered that the men suspected Arbery of being a burglar who might have had a weapon and were there to detain him until the police arrived. That's crazy. That's not your fucking job. By the way, if you didn't know this, if you see somebody doing something and you call the police, you supposed to fuck off. If they get away, that's between them and the police, and Jesus. Leave that shit alone. You're not a cop. Stop it. Motherfuckers, just because you got a gun don't mean you can go chase somebody and tell them what to do. Sit your ass down. Travis McMichael testified that he acted in self-defense, opening fire only after Arbery, who was unarmed, attacked him, grabbing his shotgun. He did. He grabbed the shotgun as he was pointing it at him. He didn't really attack him. McMichael's alleged recognizing Arbery, who had been spotted on surveillance videos inside the neighbor's under construction home on 5 occasions. There's no evidence that he ever stole anything. He's on tape. I heard he was 86. There's no records of this 86, but nonetheless, closing arguments went down today, and it looks good. It seems like these guys are all going to go to jail where they deserve to be for what they did. This should be a clear-cut example of minding your fucking business. Sit your ass down, and like I tell my sons and my daughters, stay your ass out of places that ain't got shit to do with you. Them folks' houses ain't had shit to do with them. Sorry, you paid the ultimate price, and unfortunately, this shit went all the way left. This is very unfortunate, and my condolences and our condolences here at the Kasabian Lavoe Show go out to his family, especially during the holidays. This is so charged. Like, I don't know why they saved this shit for the fucking week of Thanksgiving. Like, do you know family members fight over this shit all the time? This is crazy. Did we talk about Tupac being a thug? When that cop said, "Who shot you?" and he said, "Fuck you, pig." I'm sure he said pig. He didn't say pig? All right, I'm sorry. I was just adding that shit to make it sound good. Didn't it sound like he would say some shit like that? It sounded like me, "Fuck you, pig," you know? Why not? You couldn't prove that shit. I know people get mad. I swear that y'all think I'm a contrarian. I'm not. We just can't all talk the same. You got people literally they're saying things that are so outlandish about that little boy, it makes no sense. My one point is simple and clear. If that wasn't self-defense, we're fucked. We are more fucked than them. I promise you that. Yesterday, there was a parade in Wisconsin where tragedy struck. A man that was in an alleged stabbing or in we start that again. A man that was in a domestic violence with a knife had am I saying that right? Damn, what is wrong with my mouth and my brain? Okay. There's a guy. He got into it at home with his old lady or somebody at his house, and he had a knife. He was being chased by the police. As the police chased him, he ran into what was a parade, a Christmas parade. And it's very unfortunate and sad. There was a little girl that couldn't have been, about 2.5 years old. Beautiful little baby little girl. She was dancing and shit. Just, doing little baby shit. And this motherfucker drove past her doing about 70 miles an hour, bro. Like, that shit fucked me. I thought he was going to hit her. And the internet got us so goddamn brainwashed that I'm almost okay with watching a little baby get hit by a car. This shit is crazy. He didn't hit her, but he did cause chaos and injured a lot of people, and lives were lost. Let's talk about it. Law enforcement identified a suspect who allegedly drove through a Christmas parade after fleeing from a knife fight in Waukesha, Wisconsin on Sunday, killing at least 5 people and injuring more than 40. A violent end to an otherwise festive scene where children were dancing in the street and marching bands were playing jingle bells. A law enforcement told the Washington Post the suspect, Daryl Brooks, who's a rapper, cornball, was at the scene of a reported knife fight that sped away in a red SUV. When police arrived to the scene, Brooks was allegedly behind the wheel when it drove into the parade route. The toll of death and injury could increase as more information was gathered by the Waukesha Police Department said earlier on Monday. This is very sad, and we, again, our condolences go out to all the families. We hate when things like this happen, but we got to talk about what's going on. Just pay attention to your surroundings, man. Watch your kids. This is one of those things where it's like, damn, dog, kill yourself, motherfucker. Like, I hate that type of shit. Go drive into the wall and go ruin your whole life. Don't go fuck up nobody else's life. Now, let's lighten it up because it's been way too heavy. And I think this story is fucking great. Yo, shout out to the BX. Yerrr. You already know. Bing bong. All that shit they do on TikTok. I fuck with them dudes. Sidewalk News. Them dudes are the shit. I like y'all. All right. This chick is from the Bronx. I'm pretty sure she's my cousin because we're all Puerto Rican in the Bronx and Dominicans. Yo, and Mall. It's Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, and Mall. And I guess Rockefeller. Fuck. So this lady from the Bronx was breaking into houses and burglarizing them while people was at funerals. I'm gonna give you a story from Fox News. A burglar who was targeting Westchester County, New York homes as families attended funerals will be sentenced Monday after being convicted. Last month, Latoya Stewart. That's not her name. No, I'm not going to give y'all her name. 30 was found guilty of burglarizing 6 homes as victims attended funerals of loved ones. That's not funny. That's not funny. After a week-long trial, the Bronx resident was found guilty on 6 counts of burglary in the 2nd degree and criminal possession of stolen properties in the 4th degree. Both felonies Stewart faced a sentence ranging of a minimum of 3.5 years. Holy shit, a maximum of 15 years in state prison for each burglary count. Yo, Shorty about to do football numbers. Holy shit. Okay. And then right back to all the dark and nasty stuff. Justin Bieber is in the middle of some shit that he shouldn't be in, and it's unfortunate, but he can make a change. Will he? I don't know. There was a journalist that worked for the Washington Post named Jamal Khashoggi, who was basically trapped inside of a consulate and killed by one of the Saudi kings. This was all verified by Apple Watch, and then just FBI investigations behind why an American journalist was murdered because he was a huge critic of their government. Now, Justin Bieber and many other artists are actually going to go perform for this person, and the fiance of Jamal has written a letter to Justin and others to basically ask them to not perform for this crazy dude. Stories at a complex. Justin Bieber returns to tour of his upcoming Justice World Tour, and it's going to hold on. This is written so bad. Justin Bieber's going on tour. It's the Justice World Tour, and there's going to be plenty of fan engagement, especially after he called off the remainders of his previous tour nearly half a decade ago. He even had a set up. Oh, okay. This isn't the part of his tour. He's actually doing an upcoming show for the Formula One Grand Prix, the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. That's kind of dope. It's terrible that it's bad people. Not everybody's excited about this. And I'm going to ruin her name, and I'm so sorry. Hatis Kanjis. I believe that's what it was. I mean, I've been practicing this for like an hour now. The woman was engaged to the murdered Washington Post reporter Jamal Khashoggi, is urging the singer to steer clear of the Saudi Arabia city of Jahid, penning an op-ed for the Washington Post titled, "Please, Justin Bieber, do not perform in Saudi Arabia." Saudi Arabia Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has denied any involvement in Kanji's, I hope I'm saying that right, fiance's murder in 2018, but a U.S. intelligence report implicated him in Khashoggi's death. "Do not sing for the murderers of my beloved Jamal." Why is her name so hard to say? Kanjis wrote, "People speak out and condemned his killer. Please speak out and condemn this killer. Mohammed bin Salman, your voice will be heard by millions. If you refuse to be a pawn of MBS, your message will be loud and clear. I do not perform for dictators. I choose freedom and justice over money." Bieber, whose last studio album was titled Justice, isn't the only big name hit in the show. Other performers include, why are they giving anybody's name? ASAP, David Guetta, Tesla, Jason Derulo, and human rights organizers have urged all the men performing to speak out and pull out of the event. With Human Rights Watch writing, Saudi Arabia has a history of using celebrities at major international events to deflect scrutiny from its previous abuses. As I butchered the last story, is it Justin's duty to walk away from it? I don't know. I don't know where he stands. I don't know what that does to his career. I don't know what that does to him. And then how does one approach that? How do we hold him to that? That's weird, right? Like, we're gonna force him to cancel his gig and not make no money because of something that happened, and we really don't have. I don't know. That one's tough. But let me know what you think in the comments. Thank y'all for watching. My name is Kasabian. Be safe, stay dangerous. Live in the moment. Don't live in the past. Lavoe loves you. Wine.